Hey everybody, welcome back to another mod overview. I hope you're all enjoying the Red Alert celebrations today. It's been a great time so far. A lot of cool events from the community, a lot of mod overviews, a lot of good multiplayer game nights, and we're seeing a lot of cool live streams and content from multiple creators and just members and streamers of the community, which is fantastic. But today, as I say, we're focusing on Command & Conquer Generals Evolution. For those not familiar, this is a Red Alert 3 based mod, and it aims to bring generals to the CNC Red Alert 3 engine. And now obviously there's a huge amount of work that's gone into this to get it into the state it currently is in today. They've recently gone up to version 0.21 this year. It is classified as a beta release, as they're currently working, I believe, on 0.3. But a huge amount of work has gone in to make this mod work. It's relatively straightforward to get set up. A couple of things to note is that you do need to have a copy of Red Alert 3 installed locally first, and I believe they advise that you have ran that program at least once. And then you can go on here to the ModDB page, which I'll link below in the video description. You can go into the file section here and you'll be able to download the executable and follow the instructions for it there. One other thing that it may be of use, and this was something that I encountered after having initially installed this the first time, when I had loaded up the game client, there was a bunch of missing assets and like a whole load of pink and stuff on the main screen. To fix that issue, if you should come across it, you can install this CNC 4GB auto patcher v1.00. I'll leave a link to this below in the description as well, so if you do happen to come across the same problem, you can check this out. It basically just lets the launcher access more RAM, so it's able to properly display all the assets. But that aside, very straightforward to set up, just follow the directions here. It's a huge improvement on their previous release of Generals Evolution. I haven't played the earlier version of this. I've had multiple people talk to me about it and let me know how great and fun they had a good time with it. So that is cool to hear through word of mouth for sure. But they've made a huge changelog here. So if you have previously played an older version of Gen Evo and you're thinking, oh hey, it might be fun to pop back in and see what's going on, they have a nice changelog up here on the ModDB page itself that you can go through. They say huge amount of changes here in terms of the code, UI changes, AI changes, audio changes, balance changes, so a huge amount. Maps as well, so they fixed some problems with that. The VFX, they've added a bunch of new maps, so remake at Defcon 6. Autumn Garden's been reworked as well, so that's cool to see. We might have a look at some of those maps, we'll see how we get on. Future plans, they're going to be taking a break for a while until they get version 0.3 back in the works. So you can see all this information is on their ModDB page. Again, if you want to give them a support or anything like that, you can do so on Patreon. They do have a dedicated Discord channel as well, which I will link below in the video description. So if you're looking for people to try and get matches with, or you just have any general questions or queries about the game or some problems, you can definitely go there for support. The people behind it are very helpful and respond very quickly to any problems that you might have. So big shout out to the guys over there. But with all that said and done, I think it's a good time for us to just go on over to the actual game client and show off some of the game. It's likely that the game itself has the three main generals factions, so we'll do a couple of skirmishes as each of the factions, show them off a little bit. Worth noting that there isn't currently a single player campaign built into the current iteration of Generals Evolution. If you attempt to launch it, I believe the client will crash. It's somewhere here on the ModDB page, you can see that for yourself. So it will be primarily based on multiplayer skirmish play. But with all that said and done, let's head over to the game client and see how we get on. Alright, and here we are over the game client. When you initially launch it, you'll get this kind of splash screen set up. Just hit play and it should launch you straight in to the modified RA3 game client, which will have the CNC Generals splash screen logo. So pretty cool. They've obviously done a huge amount of work in terms of getting this stuff set up. So huge shout out to the developers behind this for putting in so much work and effort for the community. And here you go. So as mentioned before, there is that CNC 4GB patch. If for some reason a lot of these assets on this screen are pink, that's what you need to go check out. So what's actually worth checking out here, as a reminder that if you run the campaign side of things, it will crash. So it's only built specifically for using the online or skirmish side of things, which we will definitely be doing. So you go into the versus section here, you can go into online, you go into skirmish. Similar to other RA3 mods, I believe you need to have your CNC online setup enabled. If you're not familiar with CNC online, I will be sure to link it in the video description below as well. You can check out all the details on there. It's fairly straightforward to get set up, but it can be a bit daunting the first time. You can hit some issues here and there, but the community are very good in terms of providing support, so you can check that out on Discord or wherever else. So with all that said and done, if we pop in here to some skirmishes, there's a good map selection. You can see a whole bunch of maps here, all entitled Gen Evo, which makes sense. We can likely set ourselves up here to go through each one of these factions, as you would expect. So that's what we're going to be doing now in a moment. We'll be checking out a few of those newly updated maps. So Autumn Garden was mentioned in the patch notes, as was Defcon 6, so we'll definitely check out those two. We will also check out Tournament Desert. It's a bit of a classic map from the 0 Hour Generals games, and they've imported across the multiple CNC different games, so it's definitely one that a few of you who may not be as familiar with 0 Hour will be familiar with from other games it's been ported to, so that's kind of cool. So yeah, with that said and done, let's set up our first skirmish here. So as you would expect with the original generals, there are three factions. There's the GLA, USA, and China. For our first game here, we're going to try out, try out GLA, top of the list, and go against, come on, select GLA, there we go, and try it against the USA. Computer opponent, you can choose from 3 different generals. You can also choose their difficulty. We're going to play against them on easy, just so we have a bit of an easier time talking through what's going on in the game and how all that stuff works. What we might also do is bump up the initial resources here to, what is the max, 50,000, just so we can more quickly get through the tech tree and show off a bit of all of the different factions, unit structures, upgrades if those are included, and anything else. So with that in mind, I think we're good to go. So let's begin. Alright, so let's get into it. So to start, you can choose from these 3 different generals. So you can specialize in toxin-based weaponry, stealth tactics, or explosives. I guess we'll go with the toxin-based weaponry, and we'll start building here. So you've got the multiple tabs. It's very cool to see these models redone for the RA3 engine. It plays kind of like the Empire of the Rising Sun from base RA3, where these guys will actually deploy out into structures. So they're kind of like the cores, if you're familiar with that from RA3. So you send the units out, they'll deploy into their individual structures. So of course we'll get the barracks set up here. Supply stash here, I'll collect supplies. So they have the RA3 supply sections here and here. And it will give you the prompt about where to put your actual structures, similar to default refineries in Red Alert 3. So that is pretty cool. I guess we'll build a few rebels here, a couple of RPG troopers. On this map, Tournament Desert, for those who aren't familiar, it tends to be one major corridor down the middle and 2 on the left, one on the left, one on the right. On this map, there's also these capturable oil tech derricks, so we'll definitely be trying to capture those. Arms dealer here will give us access to our vehicles. Looks like the AI is being a bit aggressive here. We'll take care of that. What I might do is just cancel these for now, get the engineers up. Here's the arms dealer. It's important to keep an eye and keep track of where your where these guys are. So if you have built the structures, to make sure that you actually have the units here and don't accidentally build multiples, which can happen, speaking from personal experience. So you can see there's a whole bunch of vehicles in here. So you got the technical, the toxin tractor, the bomb car, scorpion, quad cannon. We'll probably get a couple of these, seems good. Radar van will definitely be useful to help tick up, I believe, in the base game is a requirement. It'll also give us a radar, which will be nice. Quad cannons coming in just in time here. Having a difficult time selecting this one engineer. There we go. So we're going to send this guy all the way down and see if we can capture their tech derrick. Since it's on a lower difficulty, we might get away with it. And this guy we're going to send over here. Take this one. We're going to be wanting to get more rebels, more RPG troopers. We stopped building here, so a couple of scorpion tanks, and then go back to quad cannons. We're going to want to get ourselves a palace to get a tech and upgrade. We'll put the radar van back here, somewhere safe out of the way. Nice. So as you can see, like it's pretty, it's a pretty faithful change to the RA3 engine to make it appear like Generals in its own little way, which is awesome. You do have superpower unlockables here, so they have implemented this. So you got here Scud Launcher, Katusha. Looks like we're losing that Tech Derrick down there. It's fine. It's meant to be theirs anyway. So we'll probably go with that and get Marauder. So you can either go for the Scuds or the Marauder or Tech Training. I guess we'll go for this. And then we should be able to build access to the Scud Launcher once we have the palace set up, which we can do now. So once he's deployed, should be good to go. What I do want is to get a few of these garrisoned into the little bunker here to hold that, just in case we do need it. There's extra eco these corners, so there's one here, so there's 3 down the bottom here, and then you're going to take the Tech Derrick, so similar here, get the Tech Derrick here, and then the tree on the top. You can see the enemies kind of moving across the sections here. I should be able to now build Scud Launchers. This is almost up. Wait for it. Looks like they might be moving all the way across here, which we don't really want, so we'll get a few of the guys over. Reveal target area, so there's a nice little superpower here. Looks like they've garrisoned a few of these structures in the middle, which is okay. Cheeky. Oh, they've captured this back. Well, that's annoying. Interesting to see how the AI behaves. Okay, so we can now get a couple of Scud Launchers since we unlocked them, may as well. Get these bomb trucks, suicide bombers, battle bus can load up to 8 infantry. Seems useful. Of course, we need to make sure we're still building a bunch of infantry to put in it. Let's see what else we got. So we can build stinger sights here, anti-air, anti-tank. The Scud Storm here is a super weapon. We'll get that. We'll probably get a couple of windmills here to get our power up. We can also get the black market, which seems good. So put the Scud Storm in the back. We'll get ourselves the windmill set up, I don't know, over here. Get the black market set up. Get another windmill, probably go low power with this. Nice. And again, you can actually place these outside of the starting Conyard barrier, so it's one of the benefits of this faction, similar to the initial kind of Rising Empire faction. Scud Launchers here. Are in a good position to fire, but they take a little bit of winding up. You can see him going here. Oof. Nice. Doo-doo. So you can see here on the left hand side we got a few of these. Attach a bio bomb to a bomb truck. Attach high explosive bomb to a bomb truck, so you can actually get a few of these bomb trucks, which we'll probably get next. And apply a few of these upgrades so we can check them out. These structures are probably a good spot to actually try them out. Battle bus here. We'll try to fill this guy up. I'm not sure if your infantry will be able to shoot out of this. I would imagine that's the intention, and it's not just an APC, but we'll see now in a moment. Quad cannon can shoot air too, so that's useful to have. Oof. Nice. The effects, the visual effects look really nice. They've done a great job. So you can see here the battle bus is actually having the units shoot out of it. So you can mix and match your rebels and RPG troopers in it accordingly to whatever army composition you need to go for against your opponent. We can build these Scorpion rockets. Scorpion gains a rocket attack. Alright. Bomb trucks are slowly coming up now. So here we have the HE bomb, high explosive bomb. You can attach it to this truck. And send this. I guess we want to probably try send this towards here, see if it doesn't get blown up on the way. See how much damage it actually can pull off. And then we'll try the biobomb next. Ooh, nice. And then the biobomb, we'll get that on one of these. And you can see the visual differences with the covering over the material on the back. It's pretty clever. That'll do it. Nice. What else? Scudstorm is charging up, so we do want to try and test it out, see how it looks. I'm pretty sure we've built all the other relevant stuff. We've built all of these. Command center you have by default, so you can build another one. Stinger sights, Scudstorm. Want to be careful having those explosive units around the rest of the army in case stuff kicks off. Of course, the benefit as well of where there's we can build a couple of supply stashes since we don't have to be within the radius of the conyard and send them off. So we can send this guy. I guess you only need one of them. You can send this guy all the way over here. And put him in the position just to verify that it can be built outside of that radius. We didn't build these toxin tractors yet. I guess we can get a couple of these. Don't have access to marauder tanks yet. We can upgrade though and go for it. So we can get a few of these. It's pretty nice. So you can see here, this is deploying without issues. Fairly handy. Very well. Check this guy out. It's like a mobile repair unit. I guess we'll build these just to have a look. So Stinger sight, these defensive structures also require you to manually deploy your units. I guess we'll try and push up towards here and like use the defensive structures. That actually seems like a decent idea. We can get a tunnel network going too, so we can put one outside the conyard here and one up here so the infantry can quickly pop out. Or at least we can attempt to do that and see how far we get. While we're waiting for the Scud missiles here to charge up. So this guy's deploying. Very nice. Should look at getting a few units into the structures that are on his side here. So this is now deployed. So if I'm not mistaken, these should be able to go in here. And then they should also be able to extract when I get one deployed up here. So I'll put the tunnel network just a bit behind the actual Stinger site here. Nice. Okay, so you can see some of the marauder tanks here, very cool, as well as the toxin tractors. Visual effects and things are very nice. So there's the tunnel network. You can set network rally points, so when they come out of there, they'll pop on in. I'm not sure if so I'm setting the rally point at the racks here straight into the tunnel network. I'm not sure if they'll automatically go into it. If they did, that would be awesome. But I suspect that may not be the case. Yeah, it'll just go right next to it, which is totally understandable. We got the tunnel network here, tunnel network here. I don't seem to be able to evacuate. Ah, okay, there's already units inside of it. So we'll fill them up and evacuate them here. And then fill it up again. And evacuate it once more. So it's a very quick way to get all the units up towards the front of the action, which is great. Of course, as well, I can always build a secondary arms dealer and send it up here. As you can see, there appears to be multi-queues, so you can queue your units coming out of different structures, so you can prioritize if you have a war factory up on the front lines to get like the marauder tanks, and then get the quicker like quad cannons in the back to charge on up. There is also an upgrades tab here. We haven't looked at this yet. So we have toxin shells, we have anthrax beta. We also have fortified structure, so I guess we'll queue up some of these. We also seem to have 2 lines of this. So armor piercing rockets, AP bullets, all vehicles auto repair, that seems really good. So we'll queue up all these too. So we'll get ourselves an arms dealer set up here. You can see here on the left hand side our Scud Storm is almost fully charged. We've got 2 upgrade points here. Security surprise, ambush of rebels anywhere, cash bounty, mark targets, gain income from them, emergency repair, emergency repair, emergency repair. You get GPS scramblers, the max one here, sneak attack, troops can create a tunnel anywhere on the map, and then you get the anthrax bomb. So I guess we'll probably want to try and go all the way up towards the anthrax bomb here. Uncertain, we'll wait around as long to be able to use it. Because again, we want to be able to get through each one of these factions, just showing off a little bit of each of them. The air units here are pretty brutal. So you can see here we have the secondary construction tab, which is great. Get a couple of Scud launchers, a couple of extra marauders, and then we'll have the one in the back use the quad cannons. We should also make sure we're still building rebels and RPG troopers. Rebel ambush, we'll pop it up here. You can see them just appear from the shadows. It's pretty nice. Scud launcher. I guess we'll go for like here-ish. And pull our units back a bit and see how much damage the Scud does and what the effect looks like. In it comes. Damn, that's cool. Ouch. That's gonna hurt in like a multiplayer setting if that's that effective, but I guess if you let your opponent manage to get all the way up there, it's kind of on you too. Of course, we do have the Scud launchers here, so if you're microing this stuff, you can outrange these missile turrets with the Scud launchers and try not to throw your entire army while you're doing that. So there you can see them in action, it's pretty cool. Come in on here on the left. So yeah, all in all, very impressive. They did a pretty good job of remodeling all the Zero assets into the RA3 engine, must be said. The powers, you know, special powers are pretty damn good. Pretty faithful to the original trees. I'm not overly familiar with the base 0 hour progression path. It's been a while since I've looked at them, but the overall impression I get is from like the upgrade trees here. Like you have your different options, so you can go and specialize in one in the tree. You can also synergize that with your starting selected general, so you can choose the more stealthy one, the one that's more focused on biotoxins, etc. So it's pretty cool. Also, with this faction GLA, being able to like build your structures and then move your units out to wherever you want, you can set up these little encampments and stuff pretty quick, which is very, very nice. So Anthrax Bomb here is actually ready. We'll see how much damage it does to structures. Should come in here now. Here it is. So if you have a lot of, I'm assuming actual vehicles and infantry in that space, it'll do heavy damage. GG's. Nice. That's a good look at the GLA faction. Not quite sure why it's showing up pink here. Hopefully it shouldn't for you if you have that 4 gig patch installed. It's a bit weird. It's a quirk of my own setup. But yeah, GG's. Alright, so next up we'll go for Autumn Garden. This is reworked in the most latest patch. I guess we'll spawn the top versus the bottom right. Seems good. This time we're going to play as USA. I guess we'll go against China, see how that looks. We'll go against Easy AI. Again, we're staying with the high rate of initial resources, just to be able to quickly go through the tech tree. And with that in mind, let's begin. So we got 3 choices here. We got laser weaponry, super weapons, or aircraft. Let's go with the laser weaponry. Get ourselves a cold fusion reactor. So unlike the previous faction that we were checking out, we have to place these within the build radius of the Conyard. You don't get infantry that deploy out. We have a few options here. Ground and air defense, so the Patriot laser system. That seems like it's worthwhile getting. We'll put it here. Get ourselves a supply center or 2. So we want to get 2 set up here. There's quite a big map itself. It's meant for 5 players, but since it's new with the latest mod, I figure it's worth showing off here a little bit. I really like the aesthetic of it. It's pretty nice. When I say new, I know that they retouched it up and made a couple of small changes to it, which is good. From balance perspective, we'll get a second supply center here. Make sure our eco's in good nick. Get a few rangers out. I can research flashbang here. A couple of missile defenders, sounds good. Okay, going to get ourselves a war factory next. We're actually going to put this kind of towards the middle here so we can build tanks quickly and go down towards this way. So our infantry here, get them in place so we can get some vision. I think we're going to actually want to cancel these. We want to get this tech derrick and the one over the far side. Try to get the power going. We want to upgrade our power plant here to get some control rods. Nice. We'll do the same here if we can. Nice. So we get one of these, send them over towards, where is it? It's here. Then we get the second one. Put you over here. Looks good to me. So we got Laser Crusader, anti-armor tank, anti-air support. I got Laser Humvee, because again these special abilities are due to the initial faction chosen. So base expansion, these seem good. Probably get 2 of these, put 1 in each corner. So we want one kind of like over here towards these 2, and then we want one, I guess over here maybe. Get these 2. So you got some of the Laser Crusaders there, very nice. We want to get Strategy Center is a tech upgrade, drop zone for resources. Strategy Center first. Okay, here's our armadillo. So we'll deploy this like here. I think is good. Getting their missile launchers, it's all good. This one needs to go over here, and he needs to deploy in the catchment area of these two if I can. I think that'll work. Just about. It's a bit tight, but it should work. Very cool. We do have the upgrade path here, top secret protocols. I think I want to unlock the ability to get these tanks. Sounds good. I remember these being quite good from the original game. What else we got? We got safety drone, got tomahawks, a couple of Avengers in case they go for air units. Drop zone. I guess we'll get at least one or two of these. Very nice.
What's the mission, sir? Lasers. Need a point, man. What's the mission, sir?
We have the spy satellite here, so we can try get some vision of what's going on with the enemy. Okay, they're not here. They're a bit over forward. I thought I put them in the bottom right, so maybe they're over here. So we have some upgrade options. Tanks get more armor, sounds good. Units gain veterancy at twice the usual speed, that also sounds good. We want to get, guess, an airfield. Get some air units. It's no harm, and then we're going to actually be able to get the actual refinery set up at those two remote locations we have. Ooh, okay, it's a bit scary. That's not bueno. Send some anti-air over towards that side. We also want to get our airfields up, or our refineries. But oh, I just built the airfield. Never mind. Wait, what? I want to get the refinery supply center. Okay. Okay, this should be savable. Air units, laser missiles for the Raptors. We got Aurora bombers. We got stealths. We need general's promotion to get these. Stealth here, confirm. As mentioned before, the pink overlay stuff there is an issue with my local setup. That 4 GB patch, I believe, is supposed to repair it for you locally. I don't know why it doesn't appear to necessarily be working for me at this time. Just for reference, I'm running this on a Windows 11 device, so possibly something related to that. But it should hopefully work for most people without those issues. Microwave tank sounds good. A couple more tomahawks. Get a few more laser paladins, a few laser cruisers. We'll get another supply center up. I think we'll get a war factory next, and we'll get them on the other side. Just the microwave tank doing its thing. Nice. A secondary war factory, so we can start building things a bit faster. Seems a good idea. I may as well get the flashbang upgrade. What's happening over here? Oh wow. Okay. Defensive structure. See if we can get some of these Patriot missile systems up. It'll take our units a while to get over here. know it's going to die before it goes down. So long as it buys us time to get our units across the way, we'll be alright. Okay, we got it down. Nice. This is holding, this is holding. Our units here have kind of stopped half march because they don't need to move much further. So I think, I guess he's over here then? Yeah, there he is. Alright. Power has gone down. Base is being attacked. It's probably because I have one of these up. Yeah. Got your missile launcher right here. Some things don't change with this game. Get a bunch of upgrades. Nice. Very cool. Particle cannon. Get the super weapon down. May as well show that off a little bit. Get ourselves a reactor. How are we doing over here? We got enough units? We got a good few units, at least. Get more power. Upgrade the existing. We've got more points here. So we got spy drone, A10 missile strike. We got rank 2, rank 3. We got the mother of all bombs. We got carpet bombing, fuel air bomb. Power drop's probably the right way to go. We keep going along the left hand side. Yeah, confirm that for now.
Upgrade complete. Construction complete. Unit promoted.
Okay, we show the particle cannon charging now. Very nice. We can show off the power drops. See how that looks. And put them over here. Ground defense. I guess that'll do. Put one of these here. They seem to be quite persistent in attacking on this side for whatever reason. So I guess I'll send my tanks over here. Meanwhile, we should still be building vehicles, which we are. We seem to have stopped a few of them. Few of these, few of these. Okay. I guess that ground defense structure took up a lot of power. This thing.
We'll lead the way. Search and destroy. Special forces here. Need a point, man?
My missile launcher right here.
Construction complete. Building.
Lasers will keep it. Got my missile launcher right here.
Power up the power stations.
Got my missile launcher right here.
Construction complete. Building.
Got my missile launcher right here. Got my
Unit
missile
lost.
launcher right here.
We're out of supplies over here.
Construction complete.
What's the mission, sir? We'll lead the way. Heading out. On the go. Let's search and destroy.
Nice. So I guess we'll take them along the flank and put these in the front.
Select target. Upgrade complete. Select target.
It's a lot of power from the AI.
What's the mission, sir? Need a point map? What's the mission, sir? Rally point confirmed. Laser paladin. If they don't move, they'll be crushed. Rally point confirmed.
Guess we'll take this thing out. We should test out how effective these bombers are. So if we come in, maybe try to take out the con yard, see what damage they do. Move around the right hand side here and come in this way because they have some anti-air turrets possibly here. Guys in the front here are taking some damage, but I'm sure they can look after themselves for a second. Let's see how good they are. Whew, almost got the whole airfield.
Army's elite. Search and destroy. Long range ballistics. We'll lead the way.
These guys have gone to a line formation for some reason. Okay, we got more points to spend here. Increase our power drop.
We'll lead the way. Head now. Ready for action. Rally point confirmed. Long range select for enemy aircraft. Always prepare.
Unit
Take a new
lost.
position. Always prepare. Rally point confirmed.
Parking cannon's almost ready. We're getting there. Nice. You can still move it around. Visual effects pretty cool too. Did decent damage.
Forces here. Search and destroy. Head now.
Nice, nice.
Army's elite. Defensive laser systems. Special forces here. Always prepare. Need a point map? On the go. Anybody home?
Taking out the bunkers.
Always prepare. Rally point confirmed. Head now. Take the new position. Head now.
Unit promoted.
Laser
Send in the boys.
Take a new position. Where's the extraction point? Always prepare. Search and destroy. Head now. Need a point map?
AI's built loads of power here. It's kind of ridiculous. I guess since they can't build like the power plant upgrades, I guess it makes sense because I have quite a bit as well. Also shouldn't have stopped building units, but that's fine. We can go back here and just spam laser paladins at this point. Probably won't even get to use them by the time they get all the way down here.
Got my missile launcher right here. I want to blow something up.
Always prepare.
I'm assuming this is the barracks. Take this out. I'm actually not sure if the AI will sell out. I don't think it will. Even if you get all the production facilities. I could be wrong. We'll see.
On the trail. Moving, moving. I'll fire at anything.
So yeah, they only really have power plants here left on the map at this point, and they're still staying in it.
Scanning for enemy aircraft.
So we'll send more tanks down.
Keep those reactors safe back.
Unit lost.
We're under fire! Heading out. Taking new position.
Unit promoted.
Rally point confirmed.
It's pretty fun. Faction play is pretty good. Just say they have the tech tree. I've unlocked a bit more here.
Taking new position.
Probably not going to see the carpet bomb. Not sure if I'll get enough points. Maybe I will.
Rally point confirmed.
Then we can test it on the plants back here. If we happen to get up that high.
Search and destroy. On the go. Green on the base.
They shouldn't stand in our way. It will be an honor.
The visual effects and stuff are really nice. I think they've done a good job in trying to capture the feel of the original generals in the RA3 engine. Like, it can be a tricky thing to try and get done right, but I think they've done a really good job. As I say, the models look pretty spectacular. Like, it's almost hard to believe that like this is all in the RA3 engine in a lot of ways.
Select target. Particle cannon activated.
GG's. Alright, so for our last skirmish here, we're going to take a look at China versus GLA. Why not? And we're going to check out Defcon 6, which I believe is brand new with the latest 0.21 mod for this Gen Evo. I'm going to do it again, max resources, pumped up to 50 grand, just so we can quickly get through the tech tree and see how it handles. Yeah, I think with that in mind, we're good to go. So yeah, let's get into it. So again, you can choose between your 3 generals, infantry units. We got superior tanks and vehicles. We got nuclear energy. I think we played against someone who's building a lot of nuclear plants, so I guess we'll try this as a change. I mean, you still get nuclear reactors, it looks like, so I guess it's not a huge differential. So we'll try map itself. It's quite interesting. A lot of resources in the middle. A couple of oil tech derricks in the back straight away, so you're going to get your eco pumping pretty quick. We're going to get our infantry production facilities going this way. Gatling cannon, anti-air defense, well, just basic defense. We'll get a few of those up. I think we're going to get engineers first, a couple of red guards, a couple of tank hunters. Sounds like a plan to me. Get another power plant up, and then we're going to get our 2 supplies in the back. Let's get the engineer there. Get a second one.
Construction complete.
Very nice.
We stand together.
Supply center. So now we're going to get the eco setup. So 1, 2. There's also some nice garrisonable structures back here if you want to better reinforce and defend this. Useful for like a PvP setting more so.
We have captured an enemy building.
Okay, put this here. Guess we should pop a few of these into the garrisonable structure. Nice that they give you that on the map, so it's more easy to hold this choke point. Let's see, we can build a nuclear missile. We'll get on that. Speaker tower heals your forces, increases their firing speed. War factory. Tanks wise, you have the battle master here, Gatling tank, dragon tank, troop crawler, and inferno cannon, nuke cannon, emperor, ECM, dozer, outpost, black napalm, That sounds like a good upgrade. And chain guns here, another good upgrade. I guess we'll get a few of these dragon tanks. A couple of Gatling tanks, a couple of Battle Masters, and we'll upgrade the napalm for the flame tanks. Propaganda center for our upgrades. Sounds like a good plan. Get one of these down. So here's the dragon tank. It's pretty cool. Pretty flamey. Guess we'll stay back here. There's no need for us to really engage the enemy at this point. We can just sit back, hold up for defense. Let's see. What else we got? I guess we should build a few more of these. Having a lot of infantry seems super useful in this. So we'll keep them coming. Propaganda center is now down. Very good. So we can now build Emperor Overlord tanks. A couple of these Inferno cannons. Nuclear missile. Put this in the back somewhere. It's usually a good spot for it. Nice. We do have one of these points, so we can get the new cannon here. Infantry training, cluster mines. I guess we'll go with the new cannon. Nice. Upgrades wise, I can't seem to build these. Guess I don't have the right level of tech. Internet center. Place hackers in the internet center to increase money and collection rates. And put this down, see how it goes. Now we can build these. So uranium shells. Oof. Easy. So we can do 25% shot. Increase the shot and then increase the speed. I think I want to get more nuclear reactors. Propaganda tower seems a useful thing to have up here, since we're holding it on the cliff. A couple more Gatling tanks. Get chain gun upgrade. Here's the Emperor Overlord tank. It's a big boy. Very big boy. Don't really want... I want to be careful with ECMs in case it does friendly fire damage. But I think that's all of the structures. Airfield we don't have. I guess we'll get one of these down. We have time for an upgrade. What can we get? Call off map artillery to strike your target. Seems good. Attach speaker tower to Overlord or Helix. Do I have Overlords? Battlemaster. Overlord, Emperor, Helix. Yeah, these are Overlord tanks. So he's got the Gatling cannon on him. Get a secondary war factory. And in terms of air, we've got the MiG and the Helix. So we'll build all of these. Secondary war factory. We get this down if we have space. Oh, do we have space? Oh, we gotta have space somewhere. Yeah. Oops, let's go. You're gonna have to keep cranking it. Tank hunters. How's our nuke coming? We're getting there. Artillery bombardment. We can shoot off our vision. We actually see what's here. Curious what the level of damage this does is like. We're going to build a few nuke cannons with the secondary one here. It's pretty cool. We get Emperor Overlords, the other one. We'll cancel these new cannons since we're building out of the secondary, and we'll get more of these. Nice. We're going to change our waypoints to bring these all the way up here. Same with the racks. Want to get it roughly around here. Send all of these up. We're taking no prisoners this time. It's pretty fun. There's so many resources on this map. It's kind of crazy. I can imagine like a 3v3 free-for-all type scenario, or like even a team matchup. Be a very good map. 1v1, it's a little bit overkill, obviously, with the amount of resources on it, but still pretty fun. Also, bear in mind that we are starting with like the maxed out cash. Your eco build will be a bit slower from the beginning if you're playing with the more default kind of standard amounts, which is totally fine if you are. Man, those Overlord tanks are so daunting looking. It's so cool. Go on then, go up. Got so many units here already, just kind of chilling. I just want to be careful that I leave enough time to actually use the nuke before swarming in too hard with all these units. Nice. Ease up, pull back. Was that their? That was their Conyard? Wow. This easy AI really didn't build much, huh? Pull back for now. I guess we'll test it against the War Factory. It should wipe it out. So you have to toggle these new cannons. Okay. Pretty damn cool. We got one here. We'll deploy this guy up here and see how he does against the bunkers. Nuke's almost ready. Got 13 seconds on the clock. See how much damage it does. Just not bad. Down to half health. Nuclear strike. Guess you're gonna want to be like this. Nice. It's absolutely devastating. Always good to see from your super weapons. GG's. Nice. Very nice. It's cool to play as China. See how it holds up. And with that, it brings us to the end of this mod overview for CNC Generals Evolution. Mod's pretty interesting. It does a good job, I think, at implementing the Generals units in the Red Alert 3 engine. We've had a look in the skirmishes there at the three factions, USA, China, and the GLA. It's pretty fun, interesting way that they've got it set up and working with this. Be sure to check out the ModDB page for this. You can go download it, try it out yourselves. I believe there is a multiplayer event on later on today, the day this video goes up, so be sure to keep an eye out on the announcement section for that. I might even see you all for some games there. But if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. It helps support me and the channel and helps us grow and do more of this kind of content in future. But that's going to do it for me here today. Be sure to enjoy the rest of the Red Alert anniversary celebrations, and I'll catch you all next time. Take it easy, folks.